Everything you've learned about Jesus is wrong. The Templars discovered the truth and were brutally silenced for it. They found forbidden gospels that reveal Enlightenment teachings the Church has hidden for centuries. It wasn't about religion. It was about awakening your inner divinity. The Holy Grail was never an object. It was pure knowledge capable of transforming anyone into an enlightened being. Secret societies still guard these secrets today. Are you ready to know what really happened? The truth about the Christ consciousness that exists within you. Get ready to discover secrets that can change your life forever. Official history tells us the Templars were wiped out, but the truth is they simply dissolved into the mists of time, carrying secrets capable of revolutionizing our understanding of Jesus and spirituality. When the Inquisition fires lit up in 1307, something extraordinary happened. A network of occult knowledge was activated, allowing true initiates to escape with treasures that transcended any material wealth. These men weren't just warriors, they were guardians of ancient gnosis that could awaken all humanity's consciousness. The energy that drove this escape wasn't fear, but the wisdom to preserve something sacred. Portugal became the perfect refuge for this transformative energy, where Templars re-emerged as the Order of Christ, keeping the flame of spiritual illumination alive. Picture this. While the world believed in the Order's complete extinction, they were quietly reorganizing their structures, preserving sacred manuscripts and teachings that revealed truths about Jesus' divine nature that never reached common people's ears. This reorganization wasn't just political survival. It was a conscious act of preserving deep mysticism that connected directly with the source of all that is. Each saved document represented a piece of the cosmic puzzle. In Scotland, land of mists and legends, other Templar groups found fertile ground to plant seeds of consciousness, awakening that would bloom centuries later. Robert the Bruce didn't just offer physical protection, he intuitively understood these men carried something precious, energy capable of transforming not just individuals, but entire nations. Secret rituals practiced on Scottish lands weren't mere ceremonies. They were advanced spiritual technologies that allowed initiates to access elevated states of consciousness and connect directly with cosmic wisdom. Templar mysticism thus found a new home to flourish. What many don't realize is this escape wasn't an end, but a strategic restart. Templars understood the occult knowledge they possessed about Jesus, and true spiritual teachings was too dangerous to reveal openly in an era dominated by fear and ignorance. Each hidden treasure, each preserved manuscript, each secretly transmitted symbol represented a spark of illumination awaiting the right moment to awaken humanity from its deep spiritual slumber. The gnosis they carried couldn't die, only transform and adapt to circumstances. The escape routes used by Templars reveal sophisticated understanding of sacred geography and telluric energy, showing these initiates possessed knowledge far beyond what conventional history teaches us. They didn't randomly choose their destinations. Each refuge location was carefully selected for its unique energetic properties, capable of amplifying spiritual work and protecting the secrets they carried. What would you do if you discovered everything you learned about the Holy Grail was completely wrong? The truth is, Templars didn't spend decades searching for a cup or chalice. They found something infinitely more powerful, occult knowledge, capable of awakening human consciousness to its true divine nature. During their excavations under Solomon's Temple, these initiates discovered texts that revealed the real spirituality taught by Jesus, a gnosis that transcended any established religious dogma. The Grail was, in fact, direct illumination, the ability to access the source of all that is without intermediaries or institutions. Imagine for a moment the magnitude of this discovery, apocryphal gospels that showed Jesus not as a distant and unreachable figure, but as a consciousness master who taught specific techniques to awaken our inner divinity. These forbidden texts revealed that true spirituality wasn't in stone temples, but in the sacred temple of human consciousness. The genuine mysticism that Jesus practiced and taught was an advanced spiritual science, capable of transforming any ordinary person into an enlightened being. The energy contained in these teachings was so transformative, It threatened the entire established power structure. Templars discovered concrete evidence that Jesus had deep relationships and taught both men and women the secrets of divine gnosis. Mary Magdalene wasn't just a disciple. She was an advanced initiate, guardian of specific knowledge about sacred feminine energy and its role in spiritual awakening. This revelation completely changed our understanding of illumination's nature. It wasn't a masculine or institutional privilege, but a birthright of every human soul. The occult knowledge they found showed precise techniques of meditation, energy work, and consciousness expansion that anyone could practice. To apply this wisdom in your life, start by recognizing you already carry within yourself the same divine spark that Jesus possessed. Dedicate a few minutes daily to silence your mind and connect directly with the source of all that is, without depending on intermediaries or external rituals. Practice conscious presence in each moment, remembering that true spirituality isn't in distant sacred places, but in the present moment's sanctity. Consciousness awakening happens when you recognize you don't need to seek outside what already exists abundantly within you. The Templars' most revolutionary discovery was understanding the Holy Grail represented a specific state of consciousness. That moment of total illumination, where the seeker becomes one with the search, where the knower and the known merge in a unique experience of cosmic unity. Have you ever wondered why certain symbols mysteriously appear in the world's greatest political and financial power centers? The truth is, the Templar legacy didn't die. It simply transformed, infiltrating modern society's deepest structures through a sophisticated network of occult knowledge. Freemasonry became the main vehicle for this transmission, preserving not just external symbols, but the true consciousness awakening techniques that Templars discovered. Each Masonic ritual, each sacred symbol, each initiatory degree carries fragments of the original gnosis that Jesus taught and was carefully preserved through the centuries. Washington, D.C.'s architecture isn't coincidence. It's a coded spiritual map, where each obelisk, each geometric alignment, each esoteric symbol represents a specific energy technology to amplify certain types of consciousness. The initiates who designed this city understood that sacred geography and geometry can directly influence a nation's collective energy field. Templar spirituality survived by transforming into an occult science of conscious collective energy manipulation, where apparently decorative symbols function as spiritual antennas connecting different power centers around the globe. The modern banking system carries Templar DNA in its most fundamental structure. When Templars created the first letters of credit, they weren't just facilitating commerce. They were introducing a revolutionary concept about energy's nature and circulation. Money, for these initiates, was a form of materialized energy, and understanding its flows was an essential part of practical mysticism. Today, the great families controlling global finances use energetic principles derived from Templar gnosis to manipulate not just the economy, but collective consciousness itself through programmed abundance or scarcity. To apply this understanding in your life, start observing how your relationship with money reflects your relationship with universal energy. Practice visualizing money not as something material, but as crystallized energy that can be directed toward elevated purposes of personal and collective illumination. Develop awareness that each financial transaction is actually an energetic exchange that can be made with sacred intention. When you understand that abundance is a state of consciousness before being an external condition, you begin operating on the same principles ancient initiates used to manifest their spiritual objectives. Contemporary secret societies guarding Templar knowledge operate in a completely different dimension from conventional politics. They understand that true power isn't in controlling masses, but in subtly influencing humanity's consciousness, awakening, gradually preparing it for revelations that could cause complete collapse of established belief systems. Each symbol appearing on a dollar bill, each ritual happening behind power's scenes, each apparently political decision is actually part of a much larger plan related to the human species' spiritual evolution. And while most people remain unconscious of this influence, something even deeper is moving in reality's most occult layers. Imagine if human history's most sacred objects were hidden right under our noses, guarded by a network of occult knowledge that transcends any government or religious institution. The truth is, Templar documents didn't simply disappear. They were strategically dispersed and encoded, becoming a kind of fragmented spiritual treasure, awaiting the right moment to be reunified. Each lost manuscript, each misunderstood symbol, each apparently fantastical legend represents a piece of a cosmic puzzle that would reveal truths capable of revolutionizing our understanding of Jesus, spirituality, and reality's very nature. The Templar connection with the Ark of the Covenant goes far beyond simple historical speculation. It represents the search for antiquity's most advanced technological device, capable of exponentially amplifying human consciousness energy. During their excavations at the exact location where Solomon's temple stood, Templars may have discovered not just records about the Ark's location, but fragments of the spiritual technology it represented. This discovery would explain their sudden rise to power and sophisticated understanding of energy manipulation. Templar mysticism incorporated elements of this sacred technology, developing illumination techniques that combined esoteric knowledge with advanced science. The Voynich manuscript isn't just a historical enigma, it's a coded library of Gnostic knowledge that was deliberately encrypted to protect secrets that could prematurely awaken humanity's consciousness. Its apparently fantastical illustrations actually describe altered states of consciousness, energetic maps of the human body, and specific techniques for accessing superior dimensions of reality. Templars developed sophisticated methods of spiritual cryptography, where information about Jesus' true teaching was encoded in symbols, numbers, and images that only trained initiates could decipher. To begin deciphering these mysteries in your own spiritual journey, develop the ability to see beyond superficial appearances and seek the occult patterns connecting apparently disconnected events. Practice the art of symbolic contemplation, where you meditate on ancient symbols, allowing their deeper meaning to naturally emerge in your consciousness. Keep a journal of dreams and synchronicities, as occult knowledge frequently manifests through these subtle channels when our conscious mind is prepared to receive it. Templar Gnosis always used indirect transmission methods, respecting each individual consciousness's natural awakening process. Evidence of Templar presence in pre-Columbian America suggests something even more extraordinary: the existence of a global spiritual knowledge network operating long before official history recognizes. These initiated navigators weren't just exploring physical territories, they were mapping planetary energy lines, connecting sacred centers around the globe. Each Templar cross found on American territory marks a specific point of this energetic grid, revealing that their voyage's true objective transcended any material motivation. The discovery of the Chinon parchment in 2001 wasn't a historical accident. It was the first sign that the time has come for humanity to know the truth about the Templars and the spiritual secrets they protected. When the Vatican revealed that Pope Clement V had secretly absolved the Templars of all heresy charges, a door opened for much deeper questioning about what really happened 700 years ago. This revelation suggests there are other, even more explosive documents kept in the Church's secret archives, waiting for the right moment to emerge and revolutionize our understanding of Jesus and the true spiritual teachings that were suppressed for centuries. The Cainton Caves, recently discovered in England, reveal something even more intriguing: an underground network of Templar temples that functioned as initiation centers for advanced consciousness awakening practices. The symbols carved in these caves aren't mere decorations. They're energetic maps describing specific techniques of spiritual illumination and access to superior states of gnosis. Each underground chamber was designed with precise sacred geometry, creating energy fields that naturally amplified initiates' mystical practices. The occult knowledge preserved in these locations demonstrates that Templars possessed sophisticated understanding about the relationship between space, energy, and consciousness. Modern technology is finally allowing independent researchers to analyze ancient manuscripts with techniques that reveal previously invisible layers of information. Documents that seemed like conventional religious texts are revealing occult codes and cross-references, pointing to a spiritual tradition much richer and more complex than any institution ever admitted. Templar mysticism survived not just through secret societies, but also through coding systems so sophisticated that only now are we developing the necessary technology to completely decipher them. To prepare for these revelations in your own spiritual journey, develop your capacity for internal discernment, learning to distinguish between genuine information and deliberate disinformation. Practice meditation techniques that expand your consciousness beyond conditioned thinking's limitations, allowing deeper truths to naturally emerge in your perception. Cultivate relationships with other people who are also awake to these possibilities, creating a support network to explore together knowledge territories that transcend what's socially accepted. The energy of collective awakening is intensifying, and those who prepared adequately will be ready to receive and integrate revelations that will completely transform their understanding of reality. The question is no longer whether these secrets will be revealed, but when and how humanity will react to discoveries that may shake the foundations of everything we believed we knew about spirituality, history, and our own divine nature. Now you know the truth that's been hidden for centuries. But knowledge without action is just empty theory. How about starting your awakening journey today? Dedicate 10 minutes daily to quiet your mind and connect directly with the source of all that is. Practice conscious presence, remembering you carry the same divine spark that Jesus possessed. Will you keep living like the unconscious masses, or will you awaken to your true nature? Templar gnosis wasn't for a chosen few, it was for everyone who dared to seek. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you keep it to yourself or share it with other seekers? The consciousness revolution starts with you. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to keep discovering secrets that can completely transform your spiritual reality.